Hi, it's Sheila, and we are looking at the Cricut Craft Room. The Cricut Craft Room you can put onto your computer, or you can work on it directly online. I started working on it. I've got it on my computer at work and my computer at home. I have two computers at home. I even showed my daughter how to work it at her house in Chicago. So at any rate, all you have to do is log in. I use my email address and my password is on there, and it remembers that, and you log in. And as you can see, this was my page that I did. And to open the page, you can double click on it, or you go down to where it says open. It loads your page. Okay, now I had a little bit of a problem with my printing. I did the wrong color, so I had to go back and reprint. I'm going to increase the size of that. Had to reprint, and that's why you see so many lips on mine. And I did not do the second shading of letters. I left it the way it was because I liked it. So I actually did not use this layer at all, other than to just cut a set of lips out, and so I could actually go through and delete that. Now what I did, and I'm going to start out with a new shape so that you can see it is just so easy to work this Cricut Craft Room. Go up in the top right hand corner, and I can't get my camera far enough away, so I'm going to keep touching it to be able to do this, and hit new. Then you must type in the thing what you want to name it, and let's just, for the purpose of doing this, just name it test and start. And oops, I was showing my daughter how to do this, and I had to do it on the thing. So go into, if you have the wrong mat size on, go into options and choose your printer. I have a Cricut Expression 2, and you get the right size mat no matter what. Now, because I have not linked any of my cartridges, as you can see below, and I like to work with the overlay because that's what I'm used to working with. As you can see here, if something, we have it, it's in a boldface print, okay? And I want to go back to this options because I want to show you something. Go over here where it says options, and once you choose your your printer or cutter, excuse me, then go to Craft Room and matte layers enabled. You want that, but also do the fill mode enabled so that it'll put whatever you're doing in a separate color. This way you can tell your different layers easily. Now what I did is I wanted to try out the Cricut Craft Room, so I went to tags, bags, boxes, and more. There's one on here, tags, bags, boxes, and more. And I went to the mirror, I believe, mirror. And I did this, and then I just stretched it so that it would go the full width. But I brought it down a little bit like that, and I stretched it from side to side. Now you don't really have to stretch it like I did. All you have to do is go up here and go width and type in your width, and I want 11 point width, and it fills it out. Did you see how cool that was? Now, oops, I'm sorry. Up here I used that, and I just typed in 11 and it took it to the width. Now my height is 11.61. I want to zoom out, and right here I zoom out because I want to see my full page, and I'm going to drop the overlay down so I can see that. And look at, here's my problem. I wanted room up here to put something else up here, but as you can see down at the bottom, I'm hanging over the edge of my mat, and I don't want to do that. So what I want to do is I want to do just like your Gypsy. It's got that link button. Undo that link, and let's do this to a 10.5, and almost, it actually probably a 10.25. Let's change that to a 10.25, and it's just, we'll move it up just to, yeah, we've got it right to the edge. I wanted to see how close I was to that edge to know. Now remember, I am working on a photo album that's totally black, so I want a little bit of an edge all the way around so you can see that. Now what I did then is I wanted a design at the top up here. So what I did is I went looking in my bring back the images down the bottom, bring that back up, and all you have to do, oops, sorry folks, I knocked the camera over, is just hit this little arrow key here, and it'll go pop up and down, and do it again, and it'll come back up. And so I went looking for something that I knew had a design, and this Christmas had ornaments. And see this ornament right here? I took that ornament and I want that on the current layer. I stretched it so that it's almost as wide, and then I took and I did a tilt. I'm looking for the tilt, the thing that tilts it. It's like a round arrow. No, that's not it. Here it is. Here it is. A round circle. And I tilted it to bring it around. And I, whoops, grabbed the wrong thing here. I want to get this. Oh, I hate when I do that. Don't you hate when you do that, when you grab the wrong thing? Move this over and bring this up. I still have to figure out how to move all these things, and it takes me a minute. You have to grab the right bars. So this is what I don't like about the Cricut Craft Room. But once you figure out you have to grab it, then you're okay. It's just getting used to it, you know, like anything else. You need to figure out how to use it, that's all. Just a learning curve, you know. Bring this back over. And I want to get this so it fits kind of to the edge there like that. Bring this up so that you're getting, now, so look what I have. I have a problem where I need to do a hide contour. So what I want to do is click on the right thing as soon as I can find the right one again. And I'm getting the outside one, and I want this one. I don't want it welded, and there we go. Now we got it. Now I have to use a hide contour on this. So I click the hide contour, and all these little ones on the inside, you have to hide them so that they're not showing up, because you don't want it to cut through. And see, it just takes a minute to do that. No big deal. Now what I also want to do is I want to grab this, okay, hold on a minute, we've got the outside hidden, there we go, and I want to exit. See how that looks now? Now I want to grab it and I want to copy it, and I want to paste one. I want to flip it. Oops, flipped the wrong one. Grab the other one here. Grab it. Flip it. And then I want to move it over so that one is there. See how I did that? Now we want to make sure that we have got these welded, because remember before I had a do not weld on there. So we've got to figure out how to grab them again. I think this is why I have a hard time, because I haven't figured out where to grab. Okay, I got it. And right up here, whoops, get up here. Up here it says don't weld or weld. We want to touch the weld button. And now it should be all one piece. Oops, I didn't group it. Okay, we've got it. As soon as I figure out how to move it, I'll move it back there. Oh, they're still in pieces. That's my problem. I have to get these grouped together. That's welded. Group. Okay, now it's almost in one piece. We're still missing the side piece over here because that wasn't grouped with the rest of them, so we have to get a hold of it. I'm going to move it, and I'm going to push this up here. Once I get a hold of it, I want to bring it up so that I can actually grab a hold of it when it's over here. See what I did? And I think that's what I have a hard time with, is it just, but everyone does. I mean, when you just learn something new, you just got to be patient and figure out where you grab things. Just take a minute to do it. That's all I'm asking you to do, is take a minute. Now I've got it lined up on the right. Now I have to do the down button like that. Over a little bit more here. There we go. And I want to find my little button that says weld. I think it's welded now. There we go. Now we've got that shape done. That's the back of it. Now another thing that you can do, let's grab a whole, go back to the mat, because you want to know what your colors are. And see how I clicked onto the mat? Now just click on that yellow and let's turn it pink, because this is going to be for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to make it pink and I'm going to apply that. Now I know what color that is. Now I want to go back to tags, bags, boxes, and more again. So I'm going to go down to the bottom here where it says images. Put my arrow up. And let's go to tags, bags, boxes, and more. See how I'm just using the ones that I know that are on there that are free, that we can all use? Go to the blackout button. Grab one of the tags, and I want this a new layer, okay? And we're going to make this right here. And I want it large enough to put like a picture in, two pictures that are 4 by 6 where they're wide, and I can just trim them. So I want it just as a photo box, see? See how nicely that looked? Okay. And I want, oh, let's use the font. Go to the font, and we're going to add a new text box, but I want the one that's on here again that's free, and Cricut Craft Room Basics, and I want about 1.5 inches. Oops, see how I'm clicking away there? I want about 1.5 inches, so 1.5. Oops, I've got 10 inches. Delete that. Put 1.5. And I want right in there. I'm in the text box right up at the top there. I'm going to put loving you. And then go back to the text box here where it says letter spacing and use the down arrow. And see how the letters are coming in? And there we go. I'm done with that. And I'm going to move it down because it's going to go right there on my page, loving you. Very nice. Now I'm missing lips. I want lips. So let's get some lips up here in the corner. And that loving you is too big. Let's make this 1.3. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. Done. And see how the kerning went along with it too? There we go. Bring it over just a little bit here. Okay, the one thing I didn't do, shame on me, is I didn't put the lips on. Okay, we need lips, and the lips are indie art, so let's knock up the images again by hitting that arrow. And let's go indie art, excuse me, not indie images, indie art. Indie art, I just passed it. Click on that, and there's a big set of lips right there. I want that on a new layer. And let's get those kind of reddish just so we can tell it apart. And apply that. Oops, I colored the wrong one. That's okay. That's okay because my lips are pink there. And we can tell the different layers. Lips are pink. What I like to do is I like to make it kind of similar to the colors that it is, but with this one I didn't really do that. So, okay. The lips are going to go right there in the corner. And you can go on here and we've got lips. Right here we've got the blue is the loving you. You can name, oops, you're not seeing what I'm doing. You can name them by clicking on this. Now this, the red, we'll name that background. There you go. Wasn't that easy? And now it's all ready to cut. And all you have to do is hit the cut button. And I want to show you what happens when you hit cut is up in the upper right hand corner. And I'm going to double click on cut. And do you want to authorize your Cricut account to cut print with this computer? Yeah. My computer authorize. I guess that's okay. You can reset the account authorities on Monday, April. No, I'm not going to do that right now. Oh, we're going to do it on my account. Okay, no usable device. That's because I don't have anything hooked up right now. Okay, we can't do it. I'm upstairs, like I said. I normally cut right in my kitchen and we're on that computer, so I guess we can't do that right now. So, at any rate, it was that simple to do a page on the Cricut Craft Room, and I wanted you to see a couple of the shortcuts that I did, or not shortcuts, little tips, like up here in the corner, making sure your layers are colored. It's much easier that way for you. So, and then if you name them so you know what you're working with, it makes it easier too. You have a great day. Thank you for joining us today. Bye now.